Meow. Is this thing on? Oh, hello and welcome to Helen Kitty Cat Crafts. What do I do? Well, I do slow stitching, dolls' houses, fabric art, miniatures, dioramas, all sorts of things. But mainly I just play because I don't want to grow up. Stick around and see what we do. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Cats. Oh yes, we do cats too. Welcome. Hello. And we're back. How are you? I hope you're well. What have you been doing? Well, what are we up to today? Okay, so I've got some more boxes of flat pack stuff. So I thought I'd just work my way through them. Now, depending on which order I load these up, you may or may not have seen the castle. If you haven't, just wait for it. Okay, so the instructions look interesting. Okay, so obviously this is a voiceover, so I've already filmed the video and edited it down. I have built a few kits of varying degrees. A well-known plastic brick company and some well-known wooden model companies and some very well-known toy companies over the years. I must say, these ones are very lucky they didn't end up in the bin. But I persevered. There was what I can only describe as temper tantrum, but we got there in the end. In fact, I had 4 boxes to do, and there's still one remaining because I just couldn't face any more. But anyway, here's the instruction manual, which, yeah, let's not even go there. So let's take everything out of the bag and have a look. Okay, so we're going to take everything out of the bases and see what we've got. Twist it, turn it. I'll be back in a minute. So here we are, and we've taken this one apart, and now we're going to try and build it. Now I'm not going to build everything because there is interior stuff in here that I'm not going to need, so it's just going to be a very basic build. And with hindsight, I would say that that's a very good job, that it's a basic build. Okay, so that looks like a floor to me. That's obviously the front, and that's obviously the back. That also looks like a floor. And I think that's the bottom floor, which makes up the base. Oh, look, we've got to fussy cut some paper. Okay, so I'll cut this out. Now I must say, in these boxes, there was also 3 tubes. The writing was in Chinese. Now I can't read Chinese, unfortunately. So, I've only got my sense of smell to go on. Now, one of them did say latex glue. The other appears to be some kind of clear super glue type product. The other one I'm assuming is white paint. I'm not quite sure why they would give me white paint, because nothing in the instructions requires white paint. But it's not white glue. It doesn't smell like glue. In fact, it doesn't smell like paint. It doesn't smell like anything. But it has the consistency of paint. And it dries like paint. So I'm assuming it is indeed paint. So I've put that to one side, and I'll investigate that later. Now I have to say that the glue is actually quite good. Don't know what it is, but it is actually quite good and sticks quite nicely. So we'll continue to use the glue. The kits themselves aren't too bad. Some bits are numbered and some aren't. It is a little bit hard to see which bit's supposed to go where and how it joins together. That would be my argument against these. But as I say, we persevere. Because actually, they're really cute. That's a picture. So basically, I'm just going to work off the picture for most of it and just make it as I go along. Because I only really need the outsides anyway, and it doesn't really matter about colour matching or anything like that, because I'll be painting my own design anyway. So this is the first front panel. Now they do come with hinges so the doors open and close, but I'm not putting the hinges on because I want to be able to take the fronts off completely rather than have to leave room in the diorama for them to open and close. But we're going to build the stairs. I quite like these stairs, to be fair. I've not done little tiny dioramas before, so this is a little bit of a challenge, which doesn't help. Maybe should have started something easier, but nevertheless, trust your own capability. Good job I don't strive for perfection, isn't it? But I mean, they look quite. I'm not sure how sturdy they are going to be. But then they're not really designed for young children. I think the age is something like 14 up or something like that. So I mean, I certainly wouldn't give it to a young child. This older child had enough. But still, we shall carry on. Oh, that was almost a song, wasn't it? Okay, let's try and squish that in there. Back to the job in hand, Helen. Don't get distracted. So, this is the first one. How's that? Now, I did put the hinges on just so that I could have a look how much room it would need to clear the door when it's opened and closed, but it does need too much room, so those hinges are going to be off. But I thought I'd show you before I took them off. I mean, it's quite sweet. Don't ask me what it's going to be, because I haven't got that far into my process yet. But yeah, it is quite cute. I do quite like it. Little cabinet in there, little display. It is quite cute. And for a first attempt, it's not bad. So there's the first one. I'm moving on swiftly. Now, I already got a head start on this one. Now, this is the second one. Now, I did this one slightly different in that I tried to glue the top together with the latex glue that they provide. Can't say that, although it sticks well, it's quite thick and gunky. I tried putting it on with a cocktail stick, and it's too gunky for that. So it doesn't matter. We're going to have a thick line of glue. I'll paint over it. It's fine. But it holds well, and that's the main thing. So I quite like this one. This is the front of it. I have put door at the top, slightly ajar, just because I think it looks nice. And there's supposed to be a balcony on the front there, but I haven't decided if I want to put the balcony on or not. So I've left it off for the time being, because I can always add it at a later date. It's no biggie. I'm just going to check through this bag and make sure there's nothing I've missed that I need to put on. Nope, we're good. So, onwards and upwards. Right. Let's carry on. Okay. That looks quite cute. I'm quite happy with that. So next we have got another staircase to build. This one comes with a display case. There we go. Let's see how hard this one is to work out. Now, I'm thinking that this is clear glue, or at least I'm hoping it's clear glue, because I've just squirted it onto that piece of wood. Interestingly enough, I tried to Sharpie onto the other tube that I think is paint with the letter P, so that I knew not to use it. The Sharpie wouldn't even stick to the tube. So, anyway, yes, let's just cogitate for a little bit. Maybe a daydream, or asking for divine intervention. Something, I'm not quite sure. Okay, and moving swiftly on. All I've got to say is, I did get the other one finished. You'll see it at the end. It took a while. So this is a much easier one. Now this is from a company called Dapol, and they make 3D printed models for model railway, you know, the model trains. And they're really good quality, reasonably priced, a great range. So next time I'll be sticking to them. But I thought I was being smart. Okay, lesson learned. So anyway, I like this one much better. It's so much easier to understand. I don't even need the instructions for this one. Everything just clicks into place. I'm gluing it because I choose to glue it, not because it needs gluing. But yeah, I like this. It's cute. And once it's painted up, the only thing I would say is, put your windows in first. Don't do what I've done. I put it all together in my eagerness and then realised I hadn't put the windows in, and it was harder. I mean, it was still doable, but it was harder. But it's my own doing. It's not the fault of the model or the company. It was me. I did it. I messed up. But as we say, moving on. Live and learn. So this eventually should be a Tudor house. You can see the beams on it quite clearly. But I haven't decided whether it's going to be a Tudor house or whether it's going to be something else. Who knows? Let's wait and see. These windows are kind of cute, aren't they? I haven't glazed anything yet because I'll probably glaze at the last minute, because I speak from experience when I say once you get paint on the acetate sheets, you've got no chance of completely getting it off without some clouding of the acetate or marking or discoloration. And I know myself, and I know that I'm a very messy crafter. Shh, don't tell anyone. And I know, 100%, I know that I would end up getting paint on the windows. I actually really like this, it's so cute. Now I know they've got quite a huge range of all sorts of sheds and buildings, and I think they do scenery as well. I mean, there's so much model train stuff out there. I'd love to do a model train, like a great big model train set. You know, the whole scenic scheme. I haven't got room. One day, not because I'm particularly into trains, although I do love steam trains. I wouldn't say I'm heavily into them, but it's just, I don't know. It's the whole aesthetics, you know, the scene setting, and I suppose maybe it's, I don't know, bygone era. I was definitely a girl born in the wrong era. Yeah, I I definitely should have been born probably 100 years ago. The Victorian era fascinates me. Always has done. Have you got a favourite era? Have you got a favourite period that you are interested in? And any particular reason why? I think mine would definitely be the Victorian era. It was such an inventive time. It was such a time that changed the course of history. So many inventions and um, political bills and social change in the Victorian era, and it's so fascinating. So fascinating. Not quite sure how we got onto the subject of Victorian era, but hey ho. So I'm just going to wipe a bit of this excess glue off. I've never used latex glue before. It's quite messy. I had a bit left over from the other kits, so I thought I may as well use it up. Waste not, want not. But it does work quite well. Not quite sure what the advantages of latex glue as opposed to any other type of glue are. Apart from the fact that it doesn't smell. Yeah. Let's get a few more of these windows in then. Have you ever done anything like this? Have you ever built anything like this? If you have, and you've got any tips, please do feel free to share them below. So that one's going to go in there. Obviously, you have to make sure that the right size window goes in the right size hole. So I'm going to stick all these windows in, and I will be back shortly. Don't go away now. Hey, you're back. Just in time. Look, I've finished. What do you think? It's great, isn't it? I like that. So, let's see what else we've done. Okay, so we've got that one. And that one. I said, don't take any notice of the decor because it'll all have changed. Probably by the next time you see these, they'll all be different. So that's number 2. And then we've got number 3. Must admit, I quite like this one. Clear a bit of room. And then we have number 4. I would say out of those 3, probably the first one was the hardest, which is this one. And not forgetting. Wait for it. The castle! I do love this castle. There will be a video floating around somewhere to go with this castle. I'm going to be playing with that drawbridge, aren't I? spin it around. I love it, love it. But it's going to have to shifty so that I can show you the last one, which is this one that I made myself from bits of leftover balsa wood, just because I can. So until next time, take care. Goodbye.